The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I'm Monster.
We are live on Shaggy TV for a little Expert Installations Full Throttle Motorsports Sunday Night Madness as we roll into the Lucas Oil Speedway. For our first event of two this evening, we're in the All-Star Series. Here, this is where a driver's going to rotate, or the series is going to rotate cars every week, and you know, you're going to kind of see what the talent's like throughout Full Throttle Motorsports and the rest of the guys in here. You got to strut your stuff. We're not in a sprint car every week. We're not in a small block every week. You know, it's going to rotate. You're going to run all those things. Last week we went 30 laps at the Volusia Speedway. Tyler Bickford brought home the checkered flag. Joseph Grandy P2 and William Watson rounded out the podium. So right now, William Watson, you see at the top of the charts here in practice. A little over, basically 8 minutes to go. As you see, there's William out there talking. What's going on, Bart, man? How you doing? If you could pick up another podium here this evening, you know, that could move you on up to the top of the point sheet, obviously. Only week number 2. Long way to go. You gotta do it the right way. You don't want to dig yourself into a ditch. So far, we've got 18 drivers here registered for the race so far. One of them, this man in the 87, the General Andy Patton. I'm gonna keep the driver profile name actually up here in practice. If it gets too annoying in some of the cameras, we'll cut them down a little bit, but to be honest with you, I think I need to learn some of these UMPs. I haven't seen all these drivers in a UMP modified, so Tyler Knopf here in the 41 machine. We got Aaron Brown. See, that's not a 12, that's a 56. That's why we got to do this. And maybe not blame the driver of the 56 later, Randy Shreves, when it wasn't him who did it. Here's the driver of the 118, Brandon Geisweit. He keeps his paint schemes, I've noticed, that blue and orange. Now this one has a little black in it, but you know, I appreciate that. If you give me that color combo, I'm gonna probably 7-8 times out of 10 remember who you are. As Randy Shreves right in front of him, that 56. Randy, another one. Now he'll run different color schemes, but he'll keep that same 56, and I appreciate that. It's always that same number font, so he's easy to pick out. Let's see, do we have who's on the racetrack in the other rooms here? Caleb Schellenberg in the 91 machine, whenever decides to load up. There you go. 100 grand out here in the 518, Joseph Grandy. Sam Bachman there in the 007. Very similar to the others, to a scheme we'll probably see him run later. He runs the black and white 007. It may have red in it. He's even got red on the nose of this thing, actually. As you can see, a little bit of red there. Look at the 007, man. Just constantly turning the wheel, you see. I mean, he goes right, left. It's a struggle. These thin rear tires. Let's see. I can't really see how thin they are. That one you can kind of see off the front. They're very thin. You know, you're not going to get a lot of traction. It's the same width on the rear. So it's all about being nice. Oh, Sam goes for a ride, gets into that inside tractor tire, and may see one or two guys do that here this evening. Not going to be easy to avoid. Sean Green in the 27, rolling around, still at that 18 driver mark, so everybody would make the feature here this evening. If nobody else rolls in for the All-Stars. Ooh, I haven't seen the Ant-Man's ride here in the 32. Yeah, I have. I've seen that before. I must have seen Anthony run a UMP, but that's another one. He's got that teal and white, keeping it the same color. Ooh, William in the 88. Let's see here. It's going to go to this inside cam, because this is what I'll use for you in interviews and when it's going slow. But now we get to get a good view of the side of the car. He's got SLR on the side of that thing.
All right, everyone, welcome back.
And he's running a Ramtham design scheme.
I'm going to go over a few of the rules.
Bart, that
most of us look like
that
everybody
hits hard. And well, you're hearing the iRacing talk. That's Scott. I must have
around the leader.
Done a little bit of racing the other night.
Here at Lucas,
Scott's a good guy, so he's not going to say anything bad.
Wait until the apex.
I have to
3 and 4.
click into this screen. We're going to turn that off. Not sure. Kind of weird. Actually, I broadcasted last night and haven't raced all night or all day. So I got really lucky last night, or my settings changed on me there. But at least that was Scott behaving himself here. Didn't hear anything naughty as we see the 518 of Joseph Grandy rolling around. He's starting to move up to that high side. We've seen a lot of drivers run the inside. Yeah, I do like that. But you know, maybe like isn't the right word. But yeah, it definitely it hits me. That's for sure. But good to see. Good to see. Clay Christopherson going to pull that 51 machine out on the racetrack for the first time. Let's see here. This will be another one. Okay, we caught him at the right time. Sam Akonda sets on the back of that thing on the right side. Full Throttle Motorsports. And Expert Insulation on the left side as he's running the Tom Cruise Cole Trickle driver's suit. Putt-Putt, I'm sure he'll be a guy to keep your eye on. Now it's obviously going to be at the bottom of the charts here. One of the last drivers out on the racetrack, so you don't expect him to climb up that leaderboard here in warm-ups. But as everyone's on an even racetrack coming to qualifying, you got to think Clay's going to be right in the mix of it. Let's do a lap here with Anthony Morano going around this place. So he floats up to the outside wall as close as he can. This view doesn't really do it much justice. He's getting pretty close to that inside tire. Let's go off here. So, you know, I mean, you really only got about 2-3 feet between him and that tire. That not even, maybe a foot. And Anthony will search for every bit of grip down there. 1 and 2, it looks like he's not willing to be as risky, because that was 2 corners in a row. Drove up a little higher, but never mind. Maybe gonna experiment here. Take that Swan Speed Shop 32 machine up to the outside, see what it can do. There's only 20 seconds left here in warm-up, so we're about ready to go here. He's got the big slow out there, Devin Hauer in the 316. Devin Hauer behind the 91 as warm-ups come to a close this time by... Can we see the checkered? Yes, we can see the checkered flag wave. I was a little worried. We can't see him because of where I placed the camera, but you can see his nice arm stick out. Checkered flag waves, warm-ups come to a close, and we get ready to do a little bit of qualifying here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Qualifying could be everything at a racetrack that has in the past proved difficult to pass on. So you want to go out here, give it everything you got, start as close to the front as you can. And the first driver out on the racetrack is the 18 of Logan Wentz. He tightens up in the middle of 3 and 4. He's still going to give it a go. And, you know, I'd see some drivers there possibly back out of the race car and go to try to get a little more speed for this opening lap. We'll see what it looks like here for the 18 of Logan Wentz. As he rolls the outside, purple through sector 1. What do I know? Purple through sector 2. Logan Wentz had quick time for a little bit, but his laps start to roll in. The general Andy Patton to the top. See what the 87 can do on lap number 2 as we see the bar on the bottom of the screen. Where is the general? Here he comes. What's lap number 2 look like? Can he improve? Andy Patton going to stay exactly where he was at the top of the charts. Not going to get quicker, but currently has enough until the 3:16 of big slow Devin Hauer moves to the top of the charts. Anthony Morano out on the racetrack. Only 9 drivers have put in a lap. What's the Ant-Man do? A 14.99 quick time for the 32 as the Ant-Man tries to find a little more grip down here through 3 and 4. Can he improve second time around? Slower through both sectors. Not going to get it done. But currently at the top of the charts. Unless maybe this man in the 51 has something to say about it. What can Putt do? As, I didn't even notice him in warm-ups. We got a DJ sighting. Dylan DeWert here with us this evening. Good to see DJ out here. Clay Christopherson, purple, sector 1. Can he find the time through sector 2? Clay Christopherson, slower through sector 2. What's it going to be? P2. Clay is going to be kicking himself after a rough sector 2. Still going to be happy, though. P2, great qualifying effort. As 2 more drivers did sneak in here. I guess Scott Rayom, he's going to admin, but William, he hasn't qualified. So who was the other driver who snuck in that I didn't notice? I'm going to be honest. It might have been DJ, to tell you the truth. He might have snuck in last minute because I probably would have highlighted that 20 machine had I known he was here. I haven't had the honor of calling many races that he's been in, but I'd have to say the races that I do call that he's in, he wins about half of them. So these other people in here, they're going to have to find a way to break up that streak. And, well, Jeff Barker, man, look at him staying out on the racetrack, giving us something to watch. He's the only driver out there. So, and now it comes to a close here as we get ready to take a look at our starting grid for heat race number 1. We should have, let's see, okay, yeah, we're going to have 3 heat races. It shouldn't have took me that long to do that math, but it did. Row number 4 to the inside, the 88 of William Watson. Row 3 to the outside, the 41 of Tyler Knopf. To the inside, the 028 of Jeff Sharp. Row number 2 to the top shelf, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. To the inside, the Excel Sim Sports driver in the 118, Brandon Geiswhite. Row number 1 for heat race number 1 to the outside, the 20 of DJ Dylan DeWert. And starting on the pole, the 32 of the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. David took it away, hoping that when I refreshed it, when the screen was gone, it would refresh. But it just makes me want to press it here. It gets lonely, it needs that button pushed, I guess. As we roll down the backstretch here, get ready to start heat race number 1. I'm going to drop to the starter cam. I was going to say, I didn't see the pace truck pull off, so we're going to go around one more time. Pace truck should pull off, I think, here on the exit of 1 or of 2, excuse me. It'll go up here to the outside. Let's see. Yeah, it'll make a hard right. So this is one that's very difficult for drivers to do mid-race. It's not going to be an easy thing. Here it is. I must have moved that camera a little too low, too. We're going to have to raise it up since the cushion is built up as we roll down the backstretch. Final time through 3 and 4. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. 8 to play in the clay at Lucas Oil Speedway. Your winner is going to start on the pole for tonight's feature. as Anthony Morano with a good jump through 1 and 2. DJ right in the tire tracks as 100 grand looks to the outside. Can he find a way around the 118 of Brandon Geiswhite? Good run out of 4, but not good enough. Maybe he kissed that outside wall a little bit as the 118 was able to pull right back even through the center of the corner. Joseph Grandy, though, not going to give up on that outside. He's going to beat it down, try to get it done. He's got it at the line. As DJ, maybe he takes a look up in that rear view mirror. He sees 100 grand making it work on the outside. As he got to get a little bit wider, maybe get a little more aggressive on his teammate in front in the 32. As Geiswhite and Joseph Grandy make some slight contact on the entrance of 1, side-by-side racing. This is what you want to see in an early heat race at a track, like I mentioned, not that easy to pass at. To be able to go upstairs this early, make the lane work. Joseph Grandy's proven going to be a tough cookie to crack here as we roll out of 4, 3 to go. Anthony Morano still your leader, but plenty of time for DJ to try to make a move. That is, unless he slips up a little bit coming off a 2 and comes into the clutches of the 518. There's 2 to go. Joseph Grandy has really reeled in Dylan. Dylan may need to dial the heat up a little bit here and put some pressure on his teammate as the white flag flies. One more trip around. Anthony Morano, he's led the whole way. Can he lead? Half a lap to go. Final time through 3 and 4. DJ going to back it down, not going to make a big move. And Anthony Morano going to take the checkered flag. He's going to win heat race number 1. DJ, Joseph Grandy, Brandon Geiswhite, Tyler Knopf, Jeff Sharp, and, well, William Watson. You saw he commented in there. He's having something going on with his iRacing, so he wasn't able to qualify. He's trying to get back in the session. Not able to do it in time, though, for heat race number 1. He's going to have to start in the back of the feature tonight. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 2. And I just realized this whole time I never changed this other one, so that's been saying Kokomo Speedway. We're going to change that. My apologies. Whoopsies. For some reason they're in different file sections, and I don't use the other one other than this. Row 3 to the outside, the 27 of Sean Green to the inside, the 56 of Randy Shrees. Row number 2 to the outside, the 91 of Kalen Schellenberg to the inside, the 12 of Aaron Brown. Row number 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 007 of Sam Bachman to the inside, the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Ooh, Sammy going up over the cushion there a little bit. And he's obviously doing it for fun, but that shows it is easy to do. It's real close to the racetrack here, and if you're not paying attention, you enter in a little higher going into 3 especially. Just kind of zone out. Well, they're in 1, too. Maybe you can see the sun starting to shine there at drivers, and you get those shadows right on the entry. They can cause you some issues, but as we roll around, roll down the backstretch into 3 and 4 for the final time. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. Heat race number 2 at Lucas Oil Speedway is underway. Winner starts on the outside of the front row. Clay able to get to the bottom, shut the door on his teammate in the 007. Or keep the bottom, excuse me, and shut the door. But now he goes right to the outside, and Caleb Schellenberg trying to channel his inner Joseph Grandy here, get to the outside and work around that quote-unquote 12 machine that we see's a 56 of Aaron Brown. Aaron to the inside, but not able to get a lot of momentum coming off the corner because he's got a car to that right side, can't float up to the backstretch wall like the race cars in front of him are doing, and moves Schellenberg up to P3 as he jumps the cushion. Brown back around, but Schellenberger, he's got it at the line. Does Brown get aggressive? Can't throw a slide job in 1 and 2. The 91's going to hang on for now. The 12 of Brown files up in line, and Clay Christopherson at the halfway point with a half a second lead. The Battle still on back here for third, fourth, and fifth. It's the 27 of Sean Green. Is able to get around Randy Shreves. Now he's looking to the 56 as the 007 of Sam Bachman jumps the cushion, gets in the outside wall. He falls to the tail end and can move Caleb Schellenberger up 2 spots to P2 as we roll through 3 and 4. 2 fingers in the air, 2 to go this time by. Randy Shreves not really close enough to strike on Sean Green, but if Sean and Aaron start fighting a little bit, he's right there to capitalize as they roll through 3 and 4. White flag in the air, 1 more trip around for putt-putt. Clay started up front, looking to stay there. Smooth sailing for the 51. Goes to the outside for the final time through 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves, and Clay Christopherson starts on the outside of the pole, or starts on the outside of the front row for tonight's feature. Caleb Schellenberg, Aaron Brown, Sean Green, Randy Shreves, and Sam Bachman, your finishing order. Let's take a look at our starting lineup here for heat race number 3. Row number 3 to the outside, Tyler Moffitt. To the inside, the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 2 to the outside, Logan Wentz. To the inside, Dean Reynolds. Row number 1 for heat race number 3 to the outside, the General Andy Patton. To the inside, the Big Slow, Stone Cold Devin Hauer. Devin Hauer. We've seen him, kind of get bounced around here in some heat races. Well, at least we did in week number 1. I'd like to see what Devin could do if he could keep this thing up front, start towards the front here in a feature tonight. We'll have to keep our eye on that 316. Roll through 3 and 4. We're going to see that green flag get shown. Going to be held firm here, wrapped tight. 1 to go till we go back this time. We'll see that pace truck pull off here on the exit of 2. And Devin Hauer set to pace the field for the green flag. We roll through 3 and 4. Devin drops the hammer. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. Heat race number 3 is underway. Winner starts on the inside of row 2. The General Andy Patton tightens up in the center of the corner. That allows Dino to the inside. Good exit. They make slight contact, but Dino, he's able to go up and shut the door if he needs to. Move the 79 to P2. As Andy Patton continues to struggle, Logan Wentz to the inside. Slide job. Andy's got to check up, crack the throttle. The Brewerton Beast does as well. But now he's trying to work his way around the 87. But Dino, early move. Is he able to stay in touch with his teammate in the 316? That I don't know. Devin Hauer, he has been good, and he is slowly pulling away here, inch by inch. Almost got that thing. Well, he does have it up to over half a second. As the 316 stone cold on the inside. Contact in the back, Andy Patton and Jeff Barker. Jeff was to the outside. Andy may have floated up a little bit. Now Tyler Moffitt in the 29, he's looking to compete with the 87 of Andy Patton. Devin Hauer, though, at the halfway point, easily leading this thing almost to up over a second. And this is where, when you're Dino, you're just going to try to follow those tire tracks here. It's a free warm-up session. That's how you got to look at it. Nobody's close enough behind to really make a move, and you're seeing Dino try to mirror the 316 almost exactly in those tire tracks. The guy trying to do some mirroring, maybe he doesn't float up as high going down the backstretch, not as comfortable against that wall. Maybe he floats up a little higher in the center of the corner because he drives in a little deeper, but this is where you learn. And with the white flag out, driver's single file, Devin Hauer, man, he's looking to bring this one home clean as he still gets real close to that tractor tire on the exit of 2. Always looking for speed. are these talented drivers. Checkered flag waves. Heat race number 3 comes to a close. Big Slow, Dino, Logan Wentz, Jeff Barker, Andy Patton, and Tyler Moffitt. As you know the deal. No commercials here for warm-ups. But there will be a me mute my mic here real quick. You'll see, I'll just move it over there now when a driver gets out on the racetrack. But I need to move this camera because as you can see, it's even lower now. iRacing has, developed where the cushion builds up. It did not used to
Mr. Chapman,
do
we're
this.
going to go with a 3-minute warm-up.
Okay. Hey, dude. I got you, Scott. Thank you, brother.
No problem, man.
I forgot I was muted in here, and I was like answering you, and I'm like, "What? Why don't you talk back, Scott?" All right, man.
Well, at least your headset didn't shut off like mine did when you were talking to me.
Hey, it's all right. Good luck here,
All right,
Scotty.
look. Thank you.
You heard it. They're gonna go with a 3-minute warm-up. So, all right. So now I bring up this camera. We take this magical thing. And see, we just bring it up. Now we're above the cushioning. You know what? I might as well save this because realistically, we're going to be back here, so make that disappear. Like I say, I'm going to grab a drink real quick, be right back, and when that thing gets to 2 minutes, we'll be rolling into the feature, so make sure you stick around. Alrighty, I am back here. Track's starting to widen up. And you're seeing guys go to the outside, some guys go to the inside. Perfect example right there coming out of the corner ahead. This guy's really using up every inch. I think the outside will be the preferred line, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily the quicker line. We'll have to see. Dino flirting around here with backing it down on the inside, seeing what he can find. But warm-ups come to a close here, and Anthony Morano, DJ, Randy Shreves, Geiswhite, and Bachman, your top 5. But let's get ready to take a look here at our starting lineup for tonight's feature here. Should be going, I believe, oh man, I forget. I think we were doing 35 laps, possibly 50. But we'll see here whenever we pop this up. Starting at the tail end of the field in the 88, William Watson. Row 9 to the outside. The 29 at Tyler Moffitt. To the inside, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Row 8 to the outside, the 028 of Jeff Sharp. To the inside, the General in the 87, Andy Patton. Row 7 to the outside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. To the inside, the 41 of Tyler Knopf. Row 6 to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, lining up to his inside, the 27 of Sean Green. Row 5 to the outside, the 118 of Brandon Geiswhite. To the inside, the driver of the 18, Logan Wentz. Row 4 to the outside, the 1-2 of Aaron Brown. To the inside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Row 3 to the outside, the 79 of Dino Dean Reynolds. To the inside, the 91 of Caleb Schellenberg. Row 2 to the outside in the 20, DJ Dylan DeWert. To the inside, the 316 of the big slow, Devin Hauer. Row number 1 for your UMP modified feature here. Thanks to Expert Insulation for your full throttle motorsports Sunday Night Madness. Starting on the outside, the 51 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson. And starting on the pole, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. As I was wrong on both accounts. It's not 35. It's not 50. It's 30 laps to play here at Lucas Oil Speedway. So you got a lot less time. You got to be on it. You don't have time for mistakes as the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. There's 30 to play at Lucas Oil Speedway. We're underway. Clay Christopherson. Oh, Dino jumps to the outside. He gets uncomfortable. He loses 4, 5, 6, 5 spots there coming out at 2. And that's going to be a nightmare start as a couple other people jump the cushion. The 98. Oh, William Watson wasn't able to make the show either. Jeff Sharp jumps the cushion. We've got guys going around as the caution flag flies. Lap number 2. And oh no. Oh, the bad luck continues for the big slow in the 316 Devin Hauer. Let's see how this thing kicked off. He's the first red I'm seeing, so means it kicked off in his vicinity according to my software. Let's see if it's correct. He drives in. Looks okay, but there's a car. Objects may appear, closer in the mirror. I think, let's go. We got to go up. I can't tell if Clay got bumped into him first or if it's just, they run a little quicker in the corner than the 316. But either way, man, you got teammates in the top 3. No, that's just Clay. Driving it in a little deeper and gets into the 316, and it collects those 3 drivers. They just got to come to a stop on the inside, and right there is 2nd, 3rd, and 5th falling to the back, and that's man, it's early, but if you're Devin, you got to get the shovel out and start digging once again. The pace truck pulls off. We'll be getting ready to go back racing here this time. Drivers go down the backstretch. Anthony Morano keeps that pace, and he's got to decide when he wants to drop the hammer. He looks up in the rearview mirror. He's got new company. DJ dialing the word up to P2 as Anthony drops the hammer. We're back underway as we're on lap 3. Joseph Grandy looking to the middle in the car behind Brandon Geisweit, that Excel Sim Sports driver in the 118. He's looking for all the speed he can up there on the top shelf. Is Sean Green. He jumps the cushion. He goes over. Randy Shreves does as well. And man, cars continuing to prove. I told you it may be quick. Oh, the General gets into the tractor tire. No caution flag. It flies. Oh, boy. Couple wrecks there you see, and man, oh man, was that Tyler Moffat? Really paying the, oh jeez, it was. Let's see here. So you see, oh, we're clicking the wrong button every time. I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. I'm gonna slow this down. There we go. Now we have time to go up top. So he gets into Jeff there. Jeff kind of saw the writing on the wall. He was backing up that corner, saw the 87 get a little sideways. So Jeff's able to get underneath. But he still was a little sideways in the 29, trying to complete that pass. But the 513, he was loose. He was always coming down. 29, you see, gets into that tire, loses the left front, can't really steer, and full speed into the next tire, up and over. And that may be all she wrote for the driver of the 29, Tyler Moffat. Oh, William got out there. He's at the tail end. Not too sure if they'll, No, I'm not. No. You know, I'm not telling these guys what to do. It's their league, but it would be cool. You know, put him on the lead lap. I mean, he'd still be at the back anyways. And, you know, connection stuff happens. I get it. But the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. 2 cautions early. Let's see if the boys behave as we're back underway. Sam Bachman looking to the outside as he gets around the 41 of Tyler Knopf. Knopf fighting a little loose car on exit and just not able to drop the hammer like that 007 is up top. And welcome Sam Bachman up into the top 8. Dean Reynolds, we saw him lose 5 spots on that opening start. Well, Dean's got 4 of them back. He started 6th. He's back in 7th. But Dino's proven to be a tough nut to crack here. He looks to the inside. He's got a good run center off, but his teammate there in front of him, Aaron Brown, just proven to have a little too much speed. But looky-hoo. I called the UMP League before. This driver in the 20 happened to drive in it. Well, he happened to bring home the championship, too. I told you he wins half the races I do that he's in, if not maybe a little more. And DJ, man, he's going to go to work on his teammate in the 32. What can Dylan DeWert do here? 22 laps to play. There's plenty of time here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Inching closer to that left rear. Let's go on the nose here of Dylan. Let's see what it looks like coming off of 2. Does he pull to the inside? The answer is yes. Let's get the hell off this camera. Let's watch this side by side. Coming out of 4, 20 laps to go, and DJ, man, doing it on the tough part of the racetrack, sliding in through the slick, but there's a lot of grip coming off center at 2, and I think that's where DJ is really making his money. Look at it, though, through 3 and 4. Welcome to the lead, Dylan DeWert, 19 laps to go. Sam Bachman started 17th. He's up to 7th as he gets around Dino in the 79. He makes it 3 wide, looking to the bottom through 3 and 4. Now 4 wide as welcome to the party, Logan Wentz. He's got enough of a run, though, to pull away from that. That was almost scary there as the 18 car nearly swallowed up by 3 drivers through 3 and 4, but they're looking to do it again. Sam Bachman to the inside on the bottom, 3 wide as he moves around Brandon Geiswhite at the line. I believe 17 to go. 16 this time by for your leader out front in the 20. But Anthony Morano, he's not going away. He's right back on the rear end here at DJ trying to go to work. Oh, I was looking for Anthony. We couldn't find him because he was to the outside. Dylan staying on that bottom, staying true. He goes up, shuts the door, though, down the front stretch. What does he do down the back stretch? Does he leave Anthony a lane? The answer is no. Goes up, shuts the door. And that's what I expected that camera to show us the last time. But he's trying to play nice. Let's see what Anthony does this time. See if we see him cut to the inside. I got a feeling that 32 is going to look to the inside. There he goes. To the inside through 3. Anthony Morano, slide job, battle for the lead. DJ crosses back under. And does he throw 1 through 1 and 2? He stays in the middle for now. Does he float up on exit? Anthony Morano at the door. Welcome Anthony back to the lead here as DJ's got to keep that 20 glued to the inside here through 3 and 4. Oh my gosh. I said earlier he was making his money through 1 and 2. I lied to all of you. It's through 3 and 4. Look at that run. He's just got to slow it down and absolutely glue it to the bottom. There he misses it by about half a lane. You want to be a little lower. But Anthony Morano that last time through 1 and 2, he had jumped that cushion about half. It allowed Grandy to get to the inside. And Joseph Grandy, that's another guy, man. I say it every time. You keep an eye on 100 grand. He is a great all-around driver. You're seeing that. Doesn't matter if it's a sprint car, a late model, big block UMP. He knows how to drive it. I mean, hell, he can mow your lawn for you. Coming around through 3 and 4. 9 to go this time by. So take a peek back here. We've seen, oh, there we go. I had a little hunch. Those guys were running hard, and there is a big one once again. here, and well, I click on the wrong one, so we're going to totally ignore what I clicked on. That was the last caution. My apologies. But I saw these guys racing hard here in the top of the screen. So we see Logan Wentz. He comes up with a slider. I don't really know what happened. We're about to diagnose this. So Clay's coming up. That's Aaron Brown in the middle. Brandon gets in the outside wall, comes down the racetrack, gets into the Aaron Brown in the 56, aka 12. Geisweit then hooks him, you know, the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Or no, blah, blah, blah. The 12 machine, but it doesn't match the car. Where are you as you're floating around? Aaron Brown. I wish there was a way for me to manually edit his iRacing number on my software. That would make it easier. But then you see, so what happens? He rotates. Tyler, thinking he's maybe going to still float up the racetrack, gets into the back. It's the 007. What had happened to Sam Bachman at this point in time? He was really slow back here. What had happened to Sam? He was maybe just checking up for the accident, and the guys behind didn't get the memo. That's exactly what it was. They just didn't get the memo, so Sam shoved him to the outside wall hard. Just a lot of things can go wrong here, as we saw that. The green flag. Not set to fly, still under caution. Maybe going to let guys get back out on the racetrack, sort their positions. Here comes the pace truck. So they're going to slow down, let the pace truck on by. Not too sure if it'll pull right off, if we'll go around one more time. As you see there, the pace truck pulls off. So DJ had the lead. Looking to hold on to it here as we go through 3 and 4. We'll have 8 laps to go. As Dylan DeWert drops the hammer, 8 to play at Lucas Oil Speedway. Can the Ant-Man find a way around? Can Joseph Grandy break up the FTM party here as he's currently in the middle of 2 in front, 3 FTM drivers behind. He's doing it all by himself right now. He's not going to get any help. 7 laps to go. Battle on for 4th. Clay Christopherson, welcome. Putt-putt back up to the party. Clay to the inside, gluing that thing to the bottom through 3 and 4. Logan Wentz trying to do the same. Maybe did a little better job through 3 and 4. But couldn't drive through his teammate in the 051 as Anthony Morano hammering down that high side, looking to grab as much speed as he can. Jumps the cushion in 3 and 4. Joseph Grandy, welcome to P2. Joseph knows how important this is. He's going to look for a slide job. Anthony drives it in deep, goes up over the cushion. And I'm telling you, I know Anthony may not be happy, but I called it. You've got to do that. At that moment, he was in the middle of the racetrack. He can't be on the bottom in 1 and 2. Clay's going to do the same thing. So Joe, he's got a choice to make. And Grandy made that choice. Gets into the back of the 51. That is racing. In a slide job in a UMP modified. There's 3 laps to go. You're not giving anybody any room. You're going to make drivers work for absolutely every inch out there. And right now, you want to hammer down that outside, but it's so risky. And Dylan DeWert, man, doing it on the bottom through 3 and 4. Just nailing it. 2 to play here for DJ. Anthony looking on the outside of the podium right now, stuck in 4th. But, man, that car is really bogged down on him these last couple laps. As Dylan DeWert comes around, white flag in the air. One more top lap around Lucas Oil Speedway for DJ. I warned you guys, when DJ shows up and I'm broadcasting, he wins. He brings home another checkered flag here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Dylan DeWert gets it done. Clay Christopherson, P2. Joseph Grandy rounding out the podium. Anthony Morano, 4th, and Logan Wentz, your top 5. It's something I always forget to do, and I need to I need to start doing. To be honest with you, let's see here. Where is... Trying to find this in my list, but my screen doesn't want to drag properly here. Give me like 3 seconds. Found it. Found it. And oh, look at that. I knew it. We just need to get rid of the leaderboard there, but that way we can take a look here at our final rundowns. I forget to do this all the time, but it's such a neat feature that I really got to start taking advantage of it. And the driver's name section, we got to figure out how to widen that, but I know their names, I'll tell you. We saw the winner, DJ Dialing to Work, Clay Christopherson, Joseph Grandy, Anthony Morano, Logan Wentz, Dean Reynolds, Jeff Sharp, Randy Shreves, Caleb Schellenberg, and Tyler Knopf were your top 10. Let's take a look here at the back half of the field. Devin Hauer, Aaron Brown, Sean Green, Brandon Geiswhite, Jeff Barker, William Watson able to get a couple spots, Sam Bachman, Andy Patton, and Tyler Moffitt was your full field rundown. But let's go ahead. These drivers have had enough time. They've been able to catch their breath. We'll find our racing action here. And we're going to get a word with the driver of the 518, Joseph Grandy. When we find the correct Discord page, there is the correct Discord page. And we pull up 100 grand. Joseph Grandy, man. I'll tell you what, dude. You were racing hard there. You're able to get around to second, but it just seemed like whenever you and Anthony, made a little contact with totally clean move, you guys are racing hard. I loved every second of it. But it allowed, I'm slipping up here. It allowed Clay to get into that battle and work back around you, man. When you're stuck amongst all those teammates, Joe, how do you do what you did? I mean, you were able to get a couple of them, but it's got to be hard. Yo, Joe, you there? Maybe having a little bit of mic issues. I could see him click in and mic up there a little bit. Oh, see, I could hear you a little bit.
I can hear you now, sorry.
Oh, there we go, dude. Well, hey, I don't know if you heard any of that. I'll say it again, man. But, dude, you put on a hell of a show, man. You always do. The good, hard racing, a little rubbing, man. That's the stuff I love. But, when you're able to get around for P2, when you and Anthony, good, hard racing there, but Clay Christopherson, then he's able to get to underneath you. I mean, how do you race around all these FTM teammates by yourself, Joe? It's got to be hard.
Yeah, it's tough. Want to apologize to Anthony first, though. Last I saw him fly off the track, and then I go to move up, and he's right there. I thought he flew off the track, but yeah, I mean, all these guys run together all the time, so I run with them pretty often, too. So, it's nothing really new.
Yeah, no, and I mean, dude, you couldn't have described that any better, because as you're going down the front stretch, I said, you've got to throw the slide job because he just jumped the cushion in 3 and 4. So you did exactly what you had to do. As a racer, you didn't realize that he's still able to hang right there. And truthfully, you know the deal, man. If you hang it out like that, a slide job's coming. So Anthony has a choice to make and, stays in it there. But, dude, you're doing what you got to do. Good, hard racing and able to park this thing on the podium. So hell of a job, man. Good start to the night. Can we expect another podium here out of you before actually, it being Cedar Lake, is there a chance you think about getting a small block, or do we want a big block tonight?
I'm always rolling with a big block if there's a choice.
My man. Well, Joe, congratulations. Like I said, hell of a run, man. You always put on a good show. Love having you. Who you want to thank?
I'd like to thank everyone on the car, all the guys over at Inferno, my girlfriend Olivia, all the guys at FTM for putting this league together, and you man for doing the broadcast.
Well, hey, great run, man. Hopefully I'm talking to you again later.
Thanks.
Oh, my apologies. Had to mute the mic and cough there, but let's bring up our second place finisher, Clay Christopherson. Clay, you had a good view of some hard racing in front of you, man. You're sitting there after you throw a slide job, you're in fourth place. You watch those guys beating and banging in front of you. How happy were you when they opened the door for you?
It was pretty nice. I mean, 3 and 4, I was running very bottom where a lot of guys weren't, so I could get alongside of them. 1 and 2 was kind of maintained, but 3 and 4 was my passing corner, and yeah, I was hoping for a caution on those last 5 when I got past Grandy, but did not happen.
Yeah, man, you're too good at these dang interviews, dude. You take my work from me. That's what I was going to say. You were making the money down there in 3 and 4, you and DJ. What was the trick to absolutely woeing that thing down and just setting those left side tires right against the tractor tires? I mean, it had to be scary. You were close to the tires, dude.
Yeah, you kind of muscle memory and snap the car and wouldn't really be on the throttle, just kind of let it slide until you want it, and then that's when you'd catch it, and that's when you get back into it. Not too much brakes. The brakes weren't very friendly here tonight. The car just kept binding up, but no, the bottom in 3 and 4 felt like a rocket ship.
Oh, man, I mean, as always, I expected you up towards the front, but it didn't come so easy, excitement early in the race, and you got to work your way back through, but did you always know, you'd finish up here on the podium when this thing was all said and done?
I was hoping so. 30 laps is kind of scary because it's not much time for error. At least I made my error on lap 1.
Yep, that's the time to make it if you're going to make one. Hell of a recovery here, Clay. Congratulations on the P2. Who you want to thank, brother?
You for putting this on. I mean, broadcast is so fun to watch, especially with all the guys, and all the boys at FTM for putting on the league and racing with them. It's fun to race with them all again. Now that we all have jobs, kids, and stuff now, so this is our one chance to get to drive together. It's like old times, so it's nice. And then Swan Speed Shop for all 358 and big block sets.
Well, hey, Clay, before we get out of here, I asked Joe. He said he's always going with the big block when it's an option. What are we doing at Cedar Lake, brother? Small block, big block?
Oh, I don't know. I'll see what old Sam's doing and Murano. Sometimes we like to stir the pot a little bit.
There we go. All right, I'll be rooting for you, Clay. Give me help, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Clay Christopherson bringing home P2. And now the man I warned you all about, DJ. I don't get to call many of these, okay, when you're in the race. But every, I'm going to, now I almost lied. I almost said every single time. But, dude, it's at least 50% of these you win. And it doesn't matter what race car it is. Just what is it about dirt, man, that you love so much?
I don't know, man. I like going fast, I guess. I just want to be competitive, really. I mean, so I try to win. So there you have it, I guess.
Oh, man, there's no try about it, dude. You get it done. And, you kind of do it in ways other drivers necessarily didn't have much success. You and Clay were two of the only drivers to just hook up on the bottom in 3 and 4. And, when did you find that? How early did you know you were going to have that in your pocket?
I wouldn't say I thought I had it in my pocket. But
no, I mean that line worked through 3 and 4. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right. No. I knew what you were saying, but that line, I didn't know if it was going to hold up or not because I wanted to run it early. Of course, I started on top, and then everybody got into a jingle there, but it was really good. There in the practice, and like better than you would think. And I was like, this might be something because it just didn't seem like the top really held the car like it should. And I didn't like the way that felt. I mean, the line like 3/4 up the track was okay in 3 and 4, but the bottom just seemed to work better. I mean, the biggest thing was just getting the car in there the right way. Because if you were to hit a little bit too hard, you would wash up a little bit too much and you would miss the line. I was really kind of hoping you could run the same type of line in 1 and 2, but it was there early, but it went away quick. And then I was kind of searching 1 and 2. I know Tony was up top and we were side by side for a little while, and I was really kind of searching.
Yeah, that's what, dude, I said the same thing to Clay, man. You FTM guys are so damn good at these interviews. That's where I was going with this. You and Anthony, you get side by side, and it seemed like, you hadn't given up on the bottom in 3 and 4, but, you had kind of, like you said, running that middle, running the top. And when he pulled even with you, man, when you went right back down to the bottom, your eyes had to light up because, I mean, you pulled him by a car and a half on the bottom of 3 and 4. It was amazing to watch.
Well, I was unsure of it, you know what I mean? Because I was losing so much time in 1 and 2 on the bottom where I thought it would work, and it just wasn't. And he kind of owned the top there, so I didn't really dare going middle top because obviously you can tell they're there, but you don't really know how far a lot of times. And then when I got a little bit of daylight there, I did like that 3/4 line in 1 and 2, and that seemed to really allow the car to sing, which was nice, and it would definitely give me a better angle actually going into 3 and 4. I was able to actually enter higher, so it just kind of worked out. But yeah, I felt like I was struggling 1 and 2 for a while. I was definitely searching, but um, yeah, it was just a good race. I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen with me and Tony. I knew he was lacking in 3 and 4, and I was lacking in 1 and 2, and something had to give. So.
Yeah, it definitely, was interesting to watch. And over the broadcast, man, I said exactly what you said. In the early stages, dude, I expected the bottom to be better in 1 and 2, honestly, than in 3 and 4. But watching Anthony gain you on the outside and the way you were kind of, losing it, just searching for grip on the rear end coming off of 2, that definitely where he was making his money. But boy, oh boy, man, you found the gold down there through 3 and 4. Hell of a job, DJ. I know the schedule is not the best for you, man, but holy crap, I'm rooting for you to show up here the rest of the way and really show these FTM guys what you got. Hell of a job, man. Who you want to thank on the win?
All the boys at FTM. Otherwise, this wouldn't be happening, and I wouldn't be here probably. As far as that goes, Gunner's Fun Speed Shop, Dean's Supercar, Bombs Tech Services, you for making us look good, making everything sound probably way better than it is. We appreciate it, Shaggy.
No way, man. I tell you what, getting up here, like, I started doing this, honestly, if Dino would probably tell you, man, I'm jealous of you guys. I wish I could drive these things like you do. You guys, man, you're wheelmen. You do a hell of a job, and it's a lot of fun calling these things. Before I kick you out of here, though, okay, I've asked everybody. Clay, he's giving me the undecisive. Now, Joseph Grandy, he said he's going to go big block. Is there any thought of pulling a small block out here, or are we going to roll with the big block at Cedar Lake?
I don't know if I'm going to race it quite yet, but if I'm going to do it, I'm probably going to run a big block.
All right, DJ.
Yeah,
well,
one more thing to say,
go
too.
ahead.
Thanks to Scotty for sacrificing running and being lead admin. That means a lot. And so I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, that's the guy who, if anybody's wondering, the voice who comes up and tells us how long the intermission is going to be. So that mysterious voice in the background is Scotty. And yes, we appreciate Scott for it. But hell of a job, Dylan. Or Dylan. I always do that shit. I'm going to stop by the end of the year. Hell of a run. Congratulations. Can't wait to have you back, brother.
Thanks, man.
I'll tell you, I did that to him for probably a whole season at Coast to Coast, too. It's just my northern in me, not wanting to say Dylan for some reason, but I'll hammer it out of me. We'll figure it out. We're going to take a short break here on Shaggy TV, and we will be right back with part 2 of your Expert Installations FTM Sunday Night Madness with a little big block 358 action at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Very weird that the screen acted like it was froze there. My apologies. I don't know why I did that. Well, hopefully it'll stay on the loop now, but I'm loading up the other session, and we'll be right back in a couple minutes. We are back live on Shaggy TV for part 2. We've got the 358s and the big block modifieds here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, even though you guys see Lucas Oil Speedway because I didn't change it again. I'm typing that as we speak, but I think I got 2 guests up here. I got Dino and the man, the myth, and the legend behind the intermission voice, Slide Job Scotty up here. What's going on, guys?
Well,
Going, Shaggy.
I think we got through a really entertaining UMP modified race, and now we're going to see the 358s and big blocks go at it. And we're not going to say who because we'll wait till it actually grids over. But there are some guys running 358s.
Yeah, I was trying to keep an eye on that myself, but dude, it's so hard to remember that and then roll back. So it's going to be neat seeing the guys that come out. I think. I know, as always, the one I can remember, though, of course, it's not a small block. Sam Bachman, man. You give him the option for the big block. He always takes the big block, guys. I know some of you guys will rotate back and forth, but it seems like Sam loves that big block.
Yeah, and myself, I've never taken a 358 yet because the old adage is you never give up horsepower. And even though I run a 358 a lot better than I do a big block here, I just feel you need that horsepower. But it's interesting. So, there's a couple of guys in FTM that have taken 358s and won in the Coast to Coast League with them. It doesn't happen often, but it can.
Yeah, and Dean, you're very familiar with these race cars, with the series you're involved with. But me, not so much, man. So I've heard you guys talk about, there's certain racetracks where, in real life, small blocks, and you set them up right, will go out there and hang with the big block. Would you consider this track size like one of those ones where we could see that done in real life, depending on track conditions?
I don't, but, there's a couple guys that do, but I just think, you got long straightaways here and you got high bank corners. I just think this is a big block track. Now, a 358 track for me, I'm actually thinking about doing it later on in the year, would be like Lanier. Because that track just gets so burned off, and the outside is never good there anymore. I just think a 358, you can roll the middle a lot better than you can with a big block. And I think Wheatsport, I'm going to go with a 358, because my problem is that curved back straightaway Wheatsport, when it gets slick, I run a big block down there, and it's just screaming, and I'm only half throttle, and it's still screaming. And I get so goddamn pissed off, I floor it after that. So that really makes sense.
Yeah,
It's so frustrating.
That is seriously why. Well, that place is in your backyard. I think that's one of the most unique racetracks on iRacing. That and Lincoln Speedway, I'd say Wheatsport and Lincoln are 2 of my favorites. It's just so unique, and that constant turning on the backstretch. You said it. If you overgas that thing, you got a whole line of cars behind you too that are going to run you over. It's not easy. You're all fighting for the same spot there at Wheatsport.
Now, so it'll be interesting. Scotty's, are the reason why we went with these short tracks is to give a reason for these guys to, make a tactful decision.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it gives us that extra additive strategy about it as well. With the open setup, and then you get to pick 358 or big block. Gives a little twist.
Oh, let's take a look here. I did it at the last one. Now, we'll retouch you guys on who took the checkered flag last week. That was Damian Ward. Sam Bachman got P2. And Tyler Bickford, he had the double podium last week. Brought home 3rd. So, have to see what either of those guys can do. Do we have a Damian Ward sighting? I don't see him on the list.
He said he's going to be really tight about 6 o'clock. He put a message in Discord saying, "Don't advance. I'm going to be really tight to 6."
All right, good. Okay.
So,
couple of things I want to touch on real quick, Shaggy. Sorry, I didn't cut you off there, but we had talked about it over the week before tonight, and I forgot to mention it in the drivers' meeting. So, there is going to be one drop week, and I don't think we've actually released that to the drivers yet, but we decided that we were going to go and allow the drivers in both series to have one drop week in case you do run into computer problems or you can't make one race or something like that. just to give the guys that little bit of a courtesy to allow for a drop.
Yeah, and that also, maybe coming in late to the season, if you've made all the races, maybe you can get a little more aggressive in one of the final 2 races, going for a good spot. If you've got a couple to drop, I like that drop. Everybody's got something come up it, and especially here rolling into the spring, it seems like everybody gonna get dragged to a wedding. I think mine for some reason now I can give him a hard time because he won't listen to this. But have you ever heard of anyone getting married in the Northeast, December 13th? What is my little brother thinking, guys?
Well, if he's a race fan, he's perfect.
He's not even a race fan, Dino. It's a shame.
Well, he must be a Chapman.
Oh man, I guess. Man,
Yeah.
DJ, he must save the best wraps for himself. Look at that thing he's driving right now. That is a beautiful race car.
Yeah, him and his brother are going at it big time right now, too. I mean, big time. They're throwing bombs at each other and everything.
Oh my gosh, dude. See, you should be the broadcaster, Dean. Here I am looking at Dalton on the outside. I didn't even notice Tylen was on the inside. There we go.
Yeah, they're, look at this. They're just cutting across. Dalton's such a good talent as well. He doesn't race as much as we do, and but when he gets in, he just has speed.
Oh man,
and he knows how to crash in the pits too.
Yeah, you gotta love that the flex by. I'm guessing Dylan's the older brother, right? Because that's something I would have done to my little brother there. Pass him in qualifying and then slow down. That's something I would have done.
Yeah, that I don't know who is older. So that's a good question. I like to think DJ is. Yeah. But no, it's going to be. We're looking at the field. We're almost at a full field, almost at a consolation, and we got one more guy coming in, Damien. So I mean, this is going to be a good field, and me and Scotty were saying, there was only 19 cars in the UMP only. I'm very happy with 19 cars. But we looked at the names. You can tell a lot of them are names that are comfortable driving these cars. And we were right, because that made for a great race.
Yeah, and something else I like too. I mean, this is no shot at anything else. But Dean, how many leagues do we see where these things do 25 or 30 laps? And realistically, that doesn't. I mean, the track changes, but at that 50 lap mark you guys have, I really think that's the deal. 50 laps and more in these big blocks. You get to see what guys do to their tires, and you can play much more of a game. It's not so much a sprint to the finish, I guess.
Well, tires and the groove is going to change. Cedar Lake is always, notorious when it gets worn in for top 1 and 2, slider 3, 4. But then you don't know when that middle's going to come in. And you got to be prepared for it, because when that middle starts locking in and you get there before other people, you can make some passes that way.
And obviously I don't want to put you guys on the spot here, but I truthfully really don't know what kind of ways can you game plan with your setup to adjust the car before you go into the feature, just knowing maybe how the track's going to change. Are there anything you can really do, or are we just tinkering with gear at that point in time?
I had no idea what to do with these things. I just put in a set and go.
Unfortunately, DJ is the one that just popped into the booth, and then he just left again, because that would have been the question for him.
For him,
because I basically just say, DJ, what am I doing? And he's like, share your screen. and he'll go in and make some changes. And
I changed gear and add fuel. That's all I know how to do.
Yeah. That was a very unloaded question for me and Dino, because we are probably the two most clueless guys on FTM that know how to tweak these setups.
Dude, I'm with John Hine and Steven Spees, they are my DJ as well. And he set up changes that I need. I ask them. I really am. I don't know anything. I don't even really know how to drive. That's up for debate. But man, definitely setting up these cars, that is a mystery to me.
Speaking of not knowing how to drive, I still have to apologize to you for that Pro Late model on Thursday night.
Oh, we both know I was lucky to be in the spot that I was in. To touch on everyone, I do take shots at myself, but you probably weren't even paying attention. in qualifying, you know, you guys, I can't remember what the second bracket was, but I was 0.8 of a second off the driver who qualified in front of me, and I qualified last. So I was in no shape to be out there anyways.
I generally don't talk very highly of myself unless I've been drinking and, you know, with admin, and I don't have a beer until afterwards. But we still have to take a shot at Trevor Gyro. Hopefully he watches this, because we have to remind him.
Oh yeah, Garrix, yeah.
Yeah, Garrix, yeah. We have to remind him that I actually qualified ahead of him in that Pro Late model on a track that I've never been on in a Pro Late model, and have no clue what I'm doing in them. And somehow I managed to qualify on the pole ahead of Trevor. So make sure somebody points that out to him.
And here comes Damian Ward.
Oh yeah, able to make his showing, and
I believe that puts us right at 24 cars.
Close, yeah, we're right on the thing.
Andy Patton is left, but I don't know if he's going to come back. Hopefully.
I don't know what gear to run. I'm going to dip down into the FTM Discord just to find out what gear to run. Because I really don't. And then we're going to, I mean, we got 4 minutes to go anyway, Shaggy. So, you know, thanks again. And then, you know, if I wind up talking to you later, that's going to be an act of God.
Hey, man, well, I'll send up a prayer to the big guy for you. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm going to jump down to race control, get ready to do the driver's meeting, Shaggy. So we'll talk to you in a little while.
All right, I'll wait to hear about the warm-ups, brother. Have a good one.
Yep. Okay.
That's Scotty there, and well, you heard him. We're going to get ready to go here, and the big show here, or the big time, man, Damian Ward showing up. He was able to work his way through the field last week and then really opened up the can with a big win, Damian Ward, and that was after a rough qualifying effort. So let's see here. My apologies if this messes with you guys. I don't think it will. Let me see here. I can click on this session. Okay. I have a different screen up than what you guys see, but I can. I didn't realize I could do this mid-session, so drivers have already picked. It's going to be no advantage to anyone if I tell them. So I'm just going to do it. I wasn't told that I couldn't do this. Anthony Morano, 358 modified as I go down the list. I'm just going to tell the drivers who are in a 358 modified, and it's going alphabetically. So, for instance, next would have been Anthony Roselli. I didn't say him. He's in a big block modified. So, first names alphabetically. Let's go down the list. Clay Christopherson, 358 modified. Logan Wentz, 358 modified. Scott Rayome, 358 modified. Now, Scott's up in the booth, though, doing the admins, though. So I'm not too sure if he'll be racing or not, but he does have a 358 modified. Sean Green, 358 modified. And that is the drivers that I have listed of the 23 entries. So, not a lot of drivers opting out of the power, but interesting to note, one of the drivers who is 57 laps on this racetrack in practice, another driver who is 59 laps on this racetrack in practice. So, you see the pattern. These guys with the 358s, they want to wear down this racetrack. They want to really get it beat up. You're going to need the grip gone if you want to see the power advantage from the big blocks disappear. And that's what the 32 and the 18 are going to need here this evening at Cedar Lake Speedway. As the 32 takes a peek to the inside, that's Mike Brewer. He's at the top of the charts. Now you're seeing a big block against a small block. So let's see, Logan trying to put up a fight here, but right now when he opens up the bottom, what's it going to do for the Brewer man in the 39? Nothing. He's just trying to get that thing going, find a way on around. Mike Brewer, let's run on the nose here for a lap. Oh, I thought he was going to give him a big bump going into one. I thought we were going to see a little friendly touch here. But you happen to, be out there watching and you feel like telling me who's winning the NASCAR race. You feel right ahead. You feel like typing that right in that chat box. Because the last I knew, Van Gisbergen, or SVG, however the heck you say that, he was winning. No surprise there, but gets in the outside wall there through 3 and 4s. We're coming to the green flag here. Lap number 1 for the 118 of Brandon Geiswhite. That orange Excel Sim Sports 18 gets close to touching that outside wall, and if he did, he's going to lose this lap time. Let's see how it looks for the 18 Brandon Geiswhite. Lap number 1 in the books. It's going to count 14.48 as that's the default quick time as Joseph Grandy rolls around that 5:18 top of the charts. 14.12 through 3 and 4 for the final time. Anthony Morano, purple sector 2. Too slow through sector 1. He's going to come home P6 for now as William Watson, welcome back to the top of the charts, the 88. Not there for long, though. Sam Bachman, he takes it on over with a 14.02. Sammy B. Oh, he loses it back to William Watson. Then Dalton. Not too sure if this is little brother or big brother. We're going to have to ask one of them here. Is Dalton at the top of the charts in the 82 machine? Can he improve? The answer is no. But he's going to stay at the top of the charts. Let's see what the other brother can do. Dylan. Can he get this thing dialed in? Can he improve? No, he's going to fall to P13 because Anthony Roselli, lap number 1, going to park at P6. What can the 7 do second time around? Last time through 3 and 4, quicker through sector 2. Anthony Roselli going to stay P6. Randy Shreves, he comes across the line for his second and final time. He's going to park at P16. His putt-putt Clay Christopherson goes out on the racetrack. What can putt-putt do here in the 51 machine? Right now, Clay, 19th out of 20 drivers who have qualified. He needs a big improvement here. Quicker through 1, quicker through 2. Where's it going to put Clay? It's going to move him up to P4. Big jump for the driver of the 51. Clay Christopherson going to be very happy with that as Aaron Brown comes around for the final time. And he does one better, P5 for the driver of the 56, Aaron Brown. Good qualifying effort there for Aaron as 22 drivers have put in a time. Andy Patton and Scott Rayome. Don't believe are going to be racing here this evening. We'll see. Let's swap this over. Oh, right as I do, you see that's at 0. We run out of time on qualifying, so going to get ready to go into heat race number 1. And let's take a look at the starting lineup. Row 4 for heat race number 1 to the outside in the 41, Tyler Knopf. To the inside, the 18 of Logan Wentz. Row 3 to the outside, the 20 of DJ Dylan DeWert. To the inside, the 27 of Sean Green. Row 2 to the outside, the 29 of Tyler Moffitt. To the inside, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Row number 1 for heat race number 1. To the outside, the 51 of Putt-Putt Clay Christopherson. And starting on the pole, the 82 of Dalton DeWert. Now, winner of heat race number 1 will start on the pole for tonight's feature. That means absolutely everything. So the drivers got to go out there and make sure they hit their marks. You don't want to put yourself on the back foot here. That's not going to be easy. I mean, if anyone could do it, maybe Damian Ward could do it. I mean, he showed us in the past he could move up through the field. We still got a long way to go and a lot of time to find out. See here what that pace truck decides to do. If he decides to drop the hammer and speed off, we'll get ready to play. If not, nope, we're going to go around one more time here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Allows me to crack open this Coca-Cola. Get a little sip of some fuel here. So the lights are off on the pace truck. Oh man, there's a Pepsi sign back there. I feel like I'm betraying Pepsi. My apologies. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. The pace truck drops it into fourth gear. It's gone, and we're underway at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Dalton to the outside right away through 1 and 2, wanting to shut the door in the middle. And the Ant-Man, he says, thank you, brother. You left the opening down here. He looks to the inside of putt-putt. Clay Christopherson, he's got his hands full here, coming to the close of lap number 1. He's able to get down in front here, the 32. Anthony's going to have to cede the spot. Anthony Morano stuck in P3 right where he started as he takes a peek over that left shoulder. He sees DJ coming up, and when you see your brother leading the heat race, you better watch the hell out if you're sandwiched in between them, because he is coming for it. And there is no way he's going to let Dalton win this thing easily as we roll out of 4 or 5 laps to go here at Cedar Lake Speedway. As you see, I'm going to mess around a little bit here with being quiet and letting you hear the motors in these silent cameras. I absolutely love these. Let's crank it up. In here, Clay to the outside. As you saw, Anthony Morano was able to get around him and move one up into P2. But Anthony, not with a lot of time here, because we're rolling through 3 and 4. We're about to see that white flag fly. We got one more lap to go here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Everybody going to make the feature tonight. So you don't want to make any enemies trying to make a last lap move. Want to try to, maybe save that for the feature. Here's the checkered flag flies. Dalton DeWert in the 82 wins heat race number 1. He's going to start on the pole for the feature. Anthony Morano, Clay Christopherson, Dylan DeWert, Tyler Moffitt, Sean Green, Logan Wentz, and Tyler Knopf rounds out the field. Let's take a look here. Starting lineup, heat race number 2. Row number 4 to the outside, in the 87, the General Andy Patton to the inside, the 1-7 of Randy Shreves. Row 3 to the outside, the 91 of Caleb Schellenberg to the inside, the 07 of Bicky Tyler Bickford. Row 2 to the outside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds to the inside, the 7 of Anthony Roselli. Row 1 for heat race number 2. Winner starts on the outside of the front row for tonight's 358 big block modified feature. On the outside, the 56 of Aaron Brown, and starting on the pole, the 88 of William Watson. So let's see here. Is this pace truck going to speed off? It's a tricky one. You don't know if they're going to go green here really until that pace truck drops the hammer. This is not an easy one. Cedar Lake here at the pace laps. You'd think that in, probably real life it would pull off right as they get the one to go, and, they pace themselves the whole time. But, hey, maybe they got a Hemi in that thing up front, and they just dropped a hammer and pull it off the racetrack. I don't know. I haven't been here. As we roll through 3 and 4 for the final time, the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. Heat race number 2 is underway as 8 drivers play for 8 laps at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Dino right away to that outside, man. You see that purple machine shine, and can he get to the outside of Bicky? He's already there. As Roselli goes up, he floats, shuts the door. Dino maybe thinking about making it 3 wide. Not a chance here this early on. Dino just doesn't have the momentum to get it done yet. He battles to the outside, started 4th. Currently back in 4th is Bicky. Working to the inside, but just suffering. Can't find that grip in the Matt Julisay Speed 07. As William Watson ripping the outside, former teammate of mine, now a teammate here at FTM. William used to love these big blocks and small blocks when they first came out. That's when I was still his teammate. And man, he was a big fan of these. We've since parted ways, but it's awesome to see him back here on the iRacing platform and still kicking ass and taking names. 3 to go this time, coming off of turn 4. Is Dino, man. He's still feeling the pressure from Bicky in the 07. Bicky to the inside, coming down the backstretch. He's got a good run here through 3 and 4. That's where he's doing okay. He does a good job of planting that on the inside. Maybe not having as much luck here through 1 and 2. Drives it in a little deeper. And you see Dino open it up just a little bit, ever so slightly, as the white flag flies. 1 more lap to go for your leader in the 88. William Watson driving down the backstretch for the final time. He sees the checkered flag waving as he comes off of 4. Welcome to the outside of the front row for tonight's feature. William Watson, Aaron Brown, P2, Roselli, Reynolds, Schellenberg, Bicky, Shreves, and Patton rounds out the field. As we take a look at our starting grid for our third and final heat race in our expert insulation full throttle motorsports big block 358 modifieds. Inside of row number 4 in the 39, Mike Brewer. Row 3 to the outside in the 316, the big slow, Devin Howard. To the inside, the 028 of Jeff Sharp. Row 2 on the high side, the 118 of the Excel Sim Sports driver, Brandon Geisweit. To the inside, the 032 of last week's winner, Damian Ward. Row 1 for your third and final heat race to the outside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy, and starting on the pole, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Winner of this heat race will start on the inside of row number 2, excuse me, for tonight's feature. Reset that one more time. And I'd imagine unless they, really change it up on us here, we'll go another lap around until we take the green flag. Actually, I forgot I threw a static camera here, my crank it up camera. So we're gonna stay in the crank it up camera here for the drop of the green flag, and then when they dive off into 1 and 2, it'll rotate here. You'll hear me pick up my voice again going down the backstretch. But I really like these stationary cameras. I'm a big fan, and until one of you guys yell at me out there, they're here to stay. So the pace truck dives off. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. We're back underway. 8 to play here in your third and final heat race. Can Sam Bachman hold on? But right now, who's on the bottom? Damian Ward, making an aggressive move through 1 and 2. Found the grip downstairs. We're 3 wide for the lead. Bachman in the outside wall. Joseph Grandy with a slide job, but a little better one from the driver of the 32, Damian Ward. As he moves on up to the lead, Joseph Grandy taking a peek on the bottom, but Damian wasting no time. Sam back up in that outside, using that big block for all it's worth. Gets in the outside wall, though, after a little contact with Brandon Geisweit. And Sam started on the pole, man. Has fallen back to 6th, and he is just watching everything shatter in front of him. As his teammate in the 39 drives on by, we take a peek back out front. Damian Ward, still your leader. Hasn't really been able to extend this gap, but he doesn't need to. He's comfortable right now. We're at the halfway point. You don't need to go down there, stretch it, get into those tires. He's doing a good job of running that slider line. Being real defensive here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. And that's how you bring home checkered flags. You can't blame the man. He's doing the right thing. And I bet you if he was pressed, he got a lot more speed in that if he needed it. But look at Stone Cold on the outside. The big slow Devin Howard making it 3 wide. Can he get it done? Jeff Sharp in the middle, Mike Brewer to the inside. We're almost 4 wide through 3 and 4 as the white flag flies. One more trip around for your leader. Damian Ward, final time into 3. He sees the checkered flag unveiled. He wins heat race number 3, followed by Joseph Grandy, Brandon Geisway, Devin Howard, Jeff Sharp, Mike Brewer, and Samuel Bachman rounds out the field. And well, with that, I'm going to mute myself. You'll hear Scotty come in and tell us how long we're going to do intermission. And I probably won't unmute myself when you hear him because, truthfully, I'm going to eat a couple honey mustard pretzels. We'll be right back here in a minute or two, so stick around.
Shaggy, 2 minutes, 30 seconds for a warm-up. Wrap up.
You heard him. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, so we'll advance when it says 2:30 actually on the warm-up thing because it was set for a 5-minute warm-up. So let's go to some stationary cameras here, and I'll be right back. You see it's starting to equal out a little bit here. You take a look at that leaderboard. I mentioned to you, Morano was in a small block. Wentz was in a small block. I can't remember them all, but if you were paying attention, you know better than me. So, definitely starting to equal out. I know the 88 of William Watson, he went with a big block. So a big block is at the top of the charts, maybe what you still want to be, but maybe coming to a crossover here, we'll have to see. Plenty of time, and we're going to get ready here. We should see that checkered flag fly on warm-ups. We'll get ready to roll into tonight's Expert Insulation Swan Speed Chop 50-lap feature at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Alrighty, we got a starting grid here for our 50-lap showdown at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Rounding out the field in the 87, the General Andy Patton. Row number 11 to the outside, the 41 of Tyler Knopf to the inside, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Row 10 to the outside, the 17 of Randy Shreves to the inside, the 18 of Logan Wentz. Row number 9 to the outside, the 39 of Mike Brewer to the inside, the 07 of Bicky, Tyler Bickford. Row 8 to the outside, the 27 of Sean Green to the inside, the 028 of Jeff Sharp. Row 7 to the outside, the 91 of Caleb Schellenberg to the inside, the 29 of Tyler Moffitt. Row 6, starting on the outside, the 316 of Stone Cold, the big slow Devin Howard to the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 5 to the outside, the 20 of Dylan DeWert to the inside, the 118 of Brandon Geisway. They go quick here. Row 4 to the outside, Anthony Roselli to the inside, Putt Clay Christopherson. Row 3, Joseph Grady, Aaron Brown, row 2, the Ant-Man, Damian Ward, and row number 1 for your feature at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Starting on the outside, the 88 of William Watson, to the inside, the 82 of Dalton DeWert, as we get ready to play 50 laps here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Final time down the backstretch. You see the pace truck dive off. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. We're underway. Drivers make contact. We're spinning. No caution here as we continue. Some drivers may need some black flags cleared after that one. A lot to digest here at the start. And, well, we may have some guys upset with each other here as we pace on. But right now, Damian Ward out front. He's just trying to unravel that leash. As the battle on behind, William Watson started second. Lost a spot to William Brown. Didn't like that outside line in the early going. We got to zoom out a little bit, man. They're racing 2-3 wide all over this place, and we got to try to find it. Joseph Grandy looking on the inside of Anthony Morano. Clay Christopherson to the inside of the driver of the 7, Anthony Roselli. Lots and lots of Anthony's up here towards the front. This is another one of them. Goes to the outside trying to look around his teammate in the 88, Anthony Morano, in that small block. He's got less power, but he's able to use the power that he's got. Meanwhile, the driver of the 88, William Watson, let's see here. Can we go? Only I had a cameraman here. Let's see, where's our gyro camera? There we go. Listen to him pick up the throttle. Oh, quiet, 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 quiet. Boom. Now let's listen to Anthony. He's already in it. That's the difference. You know, I mean, he's able to just use it. You know, be a little more aggressive on the throttle and not have to baby it. It maybe isn't the way to go for qualifying, as you saw some of those 358 modified struggle, but it's maybe something that's paid off here in race trim here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Is right now we take a look. Sean Green, that's right. He was another one in a small block, and he's the hard charger. Started 16th up to 11th, only 9 laps through. Has been able to pick off 5 drivers. Now I'm sure some of them were in that hiccup there in the beginning of the race. We saw the contact, but you can't blame Sean for that. Guys mess up in front of you. You gotta gain positions while you can. And Dylan, he throws a slide job on his teammate in the 88. He's able to get up in front of William Watson. But Dylan, I'm telling you, what actually? Oh man, Dalton DeWert. I was wondering where little brother was, or big brother maybe. Not out here for the feature. Man, that sucks. Pardon my French, but oh man, I was looking forward to see the brothers battling. Not too sure what happened, but not able to make the feature. That's a tough break here. But well, Dalton's gonna wait to introduce himself to the world here at another racetrack in the future. He's not gonna get to hear from the driver of the 82 this evening. Go back here. Let's find some action back here in the back. Got clicking through. Where's Putt Putt at? Got Dino in there. Look at them all. They're all, you put them all under a blanket, stone cold to the inside. They're the big slow. He's trying to live against the nickname here, get a little speed, but man, we got battle for the lead. Aaron Brown in the 56. Welcome to the high side. Trying to burn this place down at Cedar Lake, and Dylan DeWert. He's trying to raise that percentage. I told you guys it was half the races I call. Well, you know, it's got to be 1 over half now, technically. And if he wins another one, you know, we're pushing it up to almost 60%. I think is DJ with a slide job off of 4. He completes the pass on his teammate in the 56. As he gets into the driver of the 32 there. Not too sure if Damian got a little loose, had a hiccup, but Dylan gets into the rear end, and they're able to keep it rolling. But man, not without a quick heart attack there. That was going to be close. See Dylan, he's focused, man. Those eyes wide open, smooth on the wheel. And Anthony Morano, on the other hand, he gets in that outside wall. He's trying to find some grip somewhere upstairs, but keeps slipping. Take a look back. Who is that to the top shelf? Is that the 7 of... No, that's not Roselli. That's the 91 of Caleb Schellenberg. Caleb really ripping the outside, man. You can't go much higher than that. He's in every inch of this racetrack here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. While meanwhile, Dino kind of using that middle. Got that happy median. Doesn't want to go to the bottom, but, you know, you got to leave that guy up top a little room. DJ with a little bump coming off of 4. Rubbins racing here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. And we are inching closer and closer to halfway. Dalton, can he find a way, or can Dylan find a way around? Excuse me. I keep wanting to say Dalton because Dalton beat him in the heat race earlier, but we've established Dalton not here for the feature. So Dylan, he's got to put the DeWert name on the podium here. He's looking to the inside, just nowhere to go. The big slow up 6 spots, started 12th and trying to get himself into the top 5, but he's got to get around another teammate to do it. Anthony Morano goes to the outside through 1 and 2. He leaves the door open for the big slow. But Devin not able to take advantage as he enters 3, and Anthony not giving him as much room this time on the exit, but why should he? He's got to race the run of his own. Trying to move that 32 back up towards the front. There's only one driver on this racetrack in the position that they started in. Anthony Roselli started 8th, is still there. We've seen drivers go up, go down, all around, but Anthony stayed firm in that 7, and maybe just saving a little bit of tire, waiting for this last 20-lap run here as we've got 22 to go. Dialing to the inside, coming out of 2. Dylan, can he get it done? He doesn't have the grip. He's going to float up behind and get back in line. But hats off for trying, man. He's not going away. Dylan, you heard him say he wants to win. That's why he does it, you know, nothing else. He doesn't want to win. And you know how well good Damian Ward is. We talked about it last week. Dino said he would be the guy to beat. Most of FTM said he would be the guy to beat in here. And that's why they wanted him here. You know, that's the shooting star. That's what they could be. And Dylan's showing he's as close as anyone's ever been here. He stayed within that 4/10 of a second gap. And now he's got it down to 2.5. And as I say that, he opens it back up a little bit to 3.5. Dylan, he's making up time in 1 and 2, losing it in 3 and 4. Caution flag waves. That's the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano, up in the outside wall. And I got a feeling him and the big slow made a little contact here because Devin Howard, he was sitting up there as well. Let's see what happened. Schellenberg may have gotten a piece of this. Let's see here. So Devin on the bottom, Anthony in the middle. Schellenberg, he's throwing this slide job, and, well, Anthony's still home. Nowhere then for the big slow to go, and, well, 2 FTM drivers up in the fence, courtesy of the 91. Dino involved, and just like that, we're going to see 3 drivers that were up in the top 10 get shuffled to the back, because I do believe they do the live penalties too, which is what I love about these guys. That's why Scotty gets paid the big bucks, man. The intermission voice, he's in there doing the live admin, so he'll issue out a penalty for that, or I would hope he's issuing out a penalty for that. This is Schellenberg to the back. No, that's nothing against Schellenberg, man. I've made a lot worse mistakes out there. That's what drivers do. We make mistakes, but sometimes you need slapped on the wrist for what you've done wrong. And first caution, we're back underway. 17 to play here at Cedar Lake Speedway. what happens here? Let's go back through the field. Looking like everyone's behaving so far. Looks like a couple guys were jumping around, but all in all, pretty good. As Dylan tries to go back to work here in the 20 machine. And Dino to the outside in the 79. He's got Mike Brewer looking to his inside in that 39. Dino gets a little shot from Clay Christopherson, his teammate, a little bump drafting going down the front stretch here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Dino loses the rear end through the center. They're 3 wide, putt to the outside. Clay Christopherson says, Dino, hold your horses down there, brother. I don't want to go against the wall. But Clay 2 for 1 on the outside. Going down the backstretch and through 3 and 4 as we're back under caution. Devin Hauer oh no, we're not back under caution. A car went around but stayed sideways, no caution. They were able, or just went sideways, but able to stay straight. I could have swore seeing that at the top of the screen, we were going to get a caution. It even came up as an accident for me, which doesn't happen that often here. We've got 12 to go. Let's take a look at this. This is when I said we're going to have a caution. So Devin got in, and yeah, he's fully, I mean, he's around. Unbelievable that an iRacing caution wasn't thrown there. Car sideways, but able to keep rolling. And Damien, he's getting ready to pop the champagne here. He's opened it up, got it to a second lead with 10 to go. If Dylan's got anything, you gotta turn it up, man, because catching somebody's one thing, passing is another, especially here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. So gonna have to catch him a little quicker than that here if you plan on playing with the checkered flag after this one, because we're down to 8 laps to go and Damien just keeps widening his lead here. Let's take a look here. Let's park at the starter stand. You can just see how they're opening up the racing around the racetrack. Not really a lot of racing until we get back here to the back. And Devin Hauer, Anthony Morano, Schellenberg, they're very familiar with each other after that slide job. And Schellenberg not going to get much room going down the backstretch because, well, he didn't give much room going through 1 and 2. And Anthony returned the favor a little bit, hold on to that lead as we roll out of 4 down into 1. 5 laps to go for your leader in the 32, Damian Ward. Dylan comfortably in P2 for the moment. Not feeling any pressure from the driver in the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Same can't be said for him. He's got the 56 of Aaron Brown all over him, and that kind of compromises what Joseph can do here. He can't get too aggressive. Can't necessarily try a lane you're not comfortable with. If you get out of the preferred line, you're going to become dust here to the guy in front of you. Is Damian Ward through 3 and 4. 2 fingers in the air, man. 2 laps to go at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Mike Brewer side-by-side with Jeff Sharp. Sam Bachman side-by-side with Sean Green. We've got some side-by-side racing, but out front, the white flag's waving. 1 more lap to go for the driver of the 032, Damian Ward. Started 3rd. Gonna finish 1st here as we roll through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waves back-to-back for Damian Ward. Dylan to work P2, Joseph Grandy 3rd. Aaron Brown 4th, and Anthony Roselli parks it in the top 5. Let's take a look here at our final rundown. 6th, Clay Christopherson. Dean Reynolds 7th, Sam Bachman 8th, Sean Green 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Mike Brewer. We take a look at the back half of the field here. Jeff Sharp, Logan Wentz, Tyler Knopf, Anthony Morano, Caleb Schellenberg, Tyler Bickford, Devin Hauer, Randy Shrews, Brandon Geisweit, Tyler Moffitt, your top 20. The rest of the field: William Watson, Andy Patton, and Dalton DeWirt. Here this evening is give these guys a minute or two here to catch their breath, pull them on up to the booth. And we'll get a word here with our driver of the 518, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Double podium night for Joe. Maybe not the spot on the podium he wants, but either way, man, double podium. He's going to have to be happy with that. Joe, Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yep, what's going on, man?
Man, dude, I know you want to be on that top step so bad, man, but 2 top 3s tonight, dude. How we feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. The way the track was, starting on the pole here was key. I thought I was going to stay 4th till we had that last double foul restart, and I figured that was my chance to try to do something, and tried it, and it worked.
Yeah, you read my mind there, Joe. I said that with about 4 or 5 laps to go that you were at the point, especially with the driver right behind you, man, you can't really try anything. It just seemed like you needed to float that thing through the slick, and there just wasn't much of a cushion up top. But what did you think about the racetrack?
A little demanding. It was all right. I don't know if it made for great broadcasting or not, but it was fun on my end.
I mean, it definitely did. It's technical, and it's one of those things where we saw a couple guys go with the small block, a couple guys go with the big block. You taking the big block. If we could do it again, do we like that decision? Because from what I saw, I think the big blocks, they were the move tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have probably changed the gear a little bit. These slicked off tracks like this that's how I prefer to race anyway, so it fell right in my wheelhouse. So, all in all, good night, 2 podiums. I'm pretty happy.
Well, man, to run behind those 2 and to bring home a P3 back-to-back, that feels pretty good, Joe. Congratulations, and looks real good on that point standing. So rolling into next week, you should be in the conversation. I know we got a long way to go, but you're always in the hunt for those championships, and I'll be looking forward to what you can do the rest of the way. But before you get out of here, man, who you want to thank?
Yeah, like the Catalytic Recovery, all the guys over at Inferno, everybody else on the car, Randy Johnson for the setup for tonight, and all the guys at FTM for putting us together, and you for doing the broadcast.
A hell of a run, Joe. Look forward to talking to you again, man. Good race.
Thanks.
And Sam Bachman was your hard charger. I noticed somebody asked me that in the chat. Started 21st, finished 8th. So up 13 spots for the driver of the 007. But let's go ahead and bring up this man, a double podium night for him as well. DJ, a first and a second, man. How we feeling?
Sweaty.
Yeah, dude, I bet, coming into Cedar Lake and the track was, let's be honest, dude, it was real shiny. This was a driver's racetrack. You really had to be on the wheel. Were you surprised only having 1 caution out here tonight?
Yes and no. We had the right guys out here doing it for any race to go green. So I'm not really surprised at that, no.
Well, as the race started to age on, it just seemed like Damien, maybe he just had that little extra trick in the car. Was there anything we could have done if, we turned back the stopwatch or the time and go reset this car up again? Do you know of any adjustments you could have made to go give him a run?
Yeah, my right front was cocked pretty good, and she wasn't working the way she was supposed to. I guess don't pass or try to pass Roselli on the outside, I guess is my only thing. If I didn't do that, then I probably would have had a car that would have been a little better at the end.
Yeah, we definitely saw some guys getting run out of room on that outside tonight, but product of that short track racing on dirt. That's what we wanted, man, and that's what we're gonna get. DJ, 2 podiums tonight. Hell of a job for the Full Throttle Motorsports guys. Who you want to thank before you get out of here?
Well, you said it. All the guys at FTM, Dean with Super Dirt Car, and our Spawn Speed Shop. You for making us look good, sound good. Scotty in the booth. Thanks, bud. That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah, DJ. 2 questions, actually. 2 questions here. First off, are we the older brother?
Yes.
Okay, what happened to little brother there? Why wasn't he in the feature?
It got me. I have my suspicions, but I think he probably assumed that that whole 5 minutes was gonna go with the warm up. So the way the rules are written, you miss it, we're not going to give you your wave back. So he probably he dipped out after the race started.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that one. I figured something came up, but well, I was rooting for a double DeWert podium because man, there's no way you were gonna let little brother beat you, was there?
Oh, we beat each other. It is what it is. It's more along the lines of just maybe racing a little harder than the normal
Yeah,
um,
there you go.
But other than that, I mean, we're both capable of coming out on top at any point in time. So
I got a little brother who I race with, so I can read between those lines. Hell of a job, DJ, and I look forward to talking to you again, man.
thanks, bud.
Dylan bringing home P2. We'll send him down there. And now we're going to bring up the man who got it done once again, Damien. It didn't seem like it was going to be that easy for you there in the middle stages. DJ was staying pretty close to you. But after that last caution, man, it just seemed like you popped the cork and you were ready to roll. I mean, were you saving stuff that first half?
When you're running the bottom, you really don't have to save that much. You don't really wear too bad on the tires on 8-8, and I I honestly had no clue. I got home so late. I didn't get to run many practice laps, and in the heat race, I grabbed the bottom and it kind of worked, but I didn't even have a setup for tonight. Threw in a whole Lincoln setup from this week's official series and made a gear change, and it worked. It hooked up great late race, so I can't complain.
Yeah, now I mean, is there, I mean, I'm just the idiot up here, Damien. But is there any reason, out of the other setups that you have available that you went to work off the Lincoln setup? Do you see any similarities between the racetracks?
No, not necessarily. Lincoln's a little less banked, a little shorter. But Caleb Durgan and Kenny Cudney brainstormed, and they told me to put that setup in, and I'd be pretty damn close. And I think we hit the nail right on the head.
Hey, well, that just nails the fact. And now Lincoln, actually, probably my hometown track. I'm about 10 minutes away from Lincoln, so
Yep.
that nails in the fact that you can drive that racetrack. You can drive anywhere. I appreciate that, Damien. But hey, man, great job tonight. Congratulations, back to back. Do we think we can go 3 in a row next week?
Oh man, I gotta look at the schedule. Hold the phone. We go to Kokomo. Yeah, no. We're not going back to back. Me and Kokomo have a hate relationship. I hate it. It hates me.
Now,
Then we go to
do we?
Weedsport. That'll be
I don't
okay.
know what they'll do. My preference personally is the tires in. What is your
Yes.
preference at Kokomo? Tires in?
I prefer tires out. I like racing tires
Oh,
out.
okay.
I can't hit the bottom there, and I damn well can't hit the top. So when you wear the top in as much as you do, and you can roll through the middle light race, I prefer it like that. But
See, the problem is, Damien, you've got to be good to do that, and see, that's where the problems lie for me. So that's why I need those tires in. So you keep that grip down there, because I don't know how you guys get through that kink in 3 and 4 without losing it off exit. But I'm excited to watch you give it a shot next week.
yeah, I should be able to be there. We're definitely we're approaching race season. It's getting a little busy, but I should be able to make it. I mean, we're having a pretty solid run right now. These guys definitely tonight though did not leave me alone. Aaron Brown and Dylan, both of those guys definitely were knocking on the back door. Once I got clear Dylan on the restart, I was able to run the slider in 1 and 2 that I wanted, and just catch that grip patch on exit and hammer down and pulled away.
Yeah, you mentioned Aaron. He was up there mixing it up, but man, that last restart really caught him out. That kind of screwed him of that third and final podium spot. But Damien, man, back to back, hell of a job. Congratulations, bud. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Durgy Dig Performance, Kenny Cuddy Performance, Caleb and Kenny helped me out a ton tonight. D Ward Designs, Almost Speed Supply, B&C Motorsports, B-Mix Speed, scrolling through all the people on the card.
Oh, we've got nothing but time. Read them off.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing but time.
I think that's everybody. Not necessarily sure. Yeah, Field Car Motorsports. Mom, dad, girlfriend, aunts, uncles, brothers. I feel like I just missed one. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. All those guys watching at home, supporting, definitely makes me feel a lot better and enjoy this more. I
Yeah.
think
So
the FTM guys
who
for
is
putting it on.
Desiree? Real quick. While
That is my mother.
Okay, yeah, because Desiree, man, she was rooting for you hard tonight. So I'd say she's probably your biggest fan. She definitely keeps that chat box going for us, and you tell her I appreciate that.
I will. And I also got to thank the FTM guys, Full Throttle Motorsports, Expert Installation for the sponsorship for the event, and you for putting it on.
Well, hey, man, love it. I love having you. And really, I told you, I didn't know who you were last week, but I love those FTM guys, man. And they talked so highly of you and said that you'd be the carrot in this series. And they weren't wrong, man. I love watching them try to chase you down. And like I say, it seemed like, you were playing with them a little bit there in the beginning because, boy, you turned it on those last 10 laps and you dominated this thing. Hell of a job, Damien, and I can't wait to watch you the rest of the way.
Thank you. I can't wait to run the rest of the season.
And that's your winner, Damien Ward, man. This kid, he's I don't even know if he's a kid. He's a kid to me. I'm 33, so I call him a kid, even if he's just a little bit younger than me. But he's seems to be the real deal. Comes out here, wins back-to-back weeks in one of the stronger fields I've broadcasted. So to come out there and do that 2 weeks in a row, hell of a job for Damien, and we'll be rooting for him the rest of the way. But that about does it here on Shaggy TV for your Full Throttle Motorsports Expert Installation Sunday Night Madness. And we're going to be right back here next week, 4:30 Eastern. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a show, and have a good evening.